Good morning. Happy Monday. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. Glad you're here. Good morning. Hey, high five, right? Happy Monday. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, yeah. Rowan.
See how I didn't look at him?
All right. Hey, happy Monday. All right. Whoa. Oh, I see that. Hey, come on through, please. Excuse me. Sorry, ladies. I love those drinks too. Okay, but we have to finish those in the cafeteria. It's not okay to put those in our lockers. So if you would be so kind as to just, go right back to the excuse me. What up? Happy Tuesday. We made it. One day in. All right. Tuesday. Cool. Oh. What's up? Rowan. Dude, Kyrell. Oh, I got some emails. Oh. Good morning, guys. Good morning. All right, let's get this day over with.
This is stupid that we can't have our phones out. I know, it's so bull. It's just a phone. It's stupid.
What?
It's just a phone.
Excuse me? Go to class. Okay, get inside right now. That is absolutely ridiculous behavior right now.
Hey, Mr. Rogers, could I go to the bathroom or get a drink of water?
Yeah?
Hey guys, come look at this.
What is it? So pretty funny. Whoa. Oh my god.
Hey, you got a phone? Give me your phone. Give me your phone. Give it to me right now. Give me that phone.
I didn't do anything.
I don't care. You have your phone out. I don't care. Go to class. You can pick it up after school. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
She was mine first and then you took her. Okay. You won't fight? Huh? You won't go? You won't fight? Let's go. Come on. You did that. You can lead him. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's go.
All right, Ms. Bertram. What is it that a student does in class that gets you really upset while you're teaching?
I think the main thing that really affects the entire learning environment and can really frustrate me is when I have to repeatedly redirect students. So if I were to say, hey, be here, or stop doing that, and then it continues to happen, it just really, it's exhausting. It's exhausting.
All right. So, Mr. Martin, what are some behaviors in class when you're teaching that you're seeing from students that maybe adds to your teacher fatigue or makes your day harder?
Ooh, talking, constantly talking. How's that?
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay, it's really distracting when I'm talking to my students and they're just talking to each other.
Okay,
you guys, I asked you not to talk to each other.
For me personally, it's talking when I'm talking or having those side conversations during transitions when I'm passing out a piece of paper.
What does transitions mean? Just for students so that they know what that word means.
When we go from one event from another. So if I am doing the warm-up and then I begin to pass out a paper to move on to the next thing, they feel like it's a personal invite to start chatting with their friend next to them.
All right. Are there any other behaviors? Is talking really the main thing, or is there
getting up and randomly sharpening your pencil or getting a piece of paper when I am in the middle of talking too, as if they don't realize that you're up there, and while you're up there, you should have your attention to the teacher, not getting up and doing other things.
Well, I'm seeing them destroy my items, my tape dispensers, breaking pencils, breaking rulers, leaving garbage on the floor, making it so that I have to clean up after them, blurting out, talking when I'm trying to get their attention, just things that make it very exhausting every day to have to ask them for their attention.
The behaviors that I see throughout the week that add to my stress levels are kids tapping and in their binders and making all sorts of little noises that when you put 20 kids doing it together make one really big noise that make it so that I can't teach and the other kids can't learn.
What's a breaking point for you with a student? Like, you know, when does it get to a level where, you know, they're out the door?
When students are impacting the entire overall learning environment, and trust me, in a class of 30, you can have one student who is repeatedly being incredibly disruptive. And when other students are distracted by it, and when I'm not able to complete a lesson, or it takes away from their opportunity to actually get their work done, that's where it really just starts to really bother me. And if you're not going to be here and be a positive member of the entire class and learning community, then I hate to send students out the door. I hate having to resort to that, but sometimes it's necessary if 29 other students are impacted.
It's when it's constant. And when somebody can't get the message that it's time to stop talking. And you've asked them several times over, and they just keep going and going and going. And it may be while I'm talking, but it may be while a classmate's talking, while somebody has an important question, and then they just talk over each other. And when it's constant, you're just like, come on, be done. And when they're not done, just, okay, it's time, leave, out of here.
It's after constant reminders, if I'm having to remind the same student over and over again of the same behavior, it'll eventually wear me out, and that's when I think I hit my breaking point.
Generally, it takes them to tell me no. If I ask them to change their behavior, or if I ask them to pick up after themselves and they argue or they tell me no, then I ask them to leave the room and come back when they're ready to basically do it my way, be in 7th grade again.
So I guess what's the breaking point for you where, you know, you're just kind of done with that student for the day and they need to go or need to step out in the hallway?
The breaking point for me is when I've asked for people's attention and a student looks at me and continues with the behavior that I've just asked for them to stop.
All right. Is there anything that a student can do, you know, let's say that maybe that bridge is burned or the relationship is damaged in their eyes, like what can they do to redeem themselves to you?
Own the problem. They can own it. They can admit that, yeah, they're causing an issue, and then demonstrate to me that they want to move forward. And we can talk through anything. We can solve a problem. That's nothing. It's just they need to own it.
They get back in your good graces.
I want students to take ownership of their actions. So knowing that this occurred, knowing that I had to take some sort of disciplinary action that could be bigger or smaller, coming in and actually addressing the issue. I think that is a huge learning opportunity and growth opportunity for them, and just acknowledging what they did was wrong and how can we fix that and how can we work together, because guess what, we're going to be together for the rest of the school year and I really want it to be a positive experience.
I always ask students to come talk to me, but I kind of don't even want them to ask me. I want them to be able to think of that themselves. Like, I'm going to go and talk to her about my behavior and apologize. But even then, apologies can seem very redundant, because if you're talking about the same behavior and they're not changing it, I don't want to hear sorry. I want to see a change in behavior.
Is there anything else that a student can do to sort of mend the relationship between student and teacher, or to find redemption with you?
The next time I ask them to do something, do it without arguing. Continue to stay on task and do what's expected of them. And if they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, then that's all the redemption I need.
A genuine apology with a change in the behavior. Say, I'm sorry, Treadwell. I will work on the future on making that not happen again. And then we're good.
That's it.